Greetings, friends. It's been a minute, and I honestly want to stop recording videos like this because in my little rocket ship, you can hear all the bumps and thumps, and it be sounding like I'm blasting off. But that's okay, because I still love it. I got water on my shirt. Anyways, I figured I better hurry up and get back to making videos before I overthink it and not be making the videos. So here I am making the videos, and it's kind of hard for me to say no, it's not. What I want to talk about is presence, and how do I say presence and recognizing the support around you. Now, this will probably hit different for everybody, like hit different based on whatever you got going on, as it should, because we're not living the same exact life. So hopefully you find some resonance in it. But anywho, presence. Let's start there. We talk about being present all the time. When you meditate, you're practicing being present. When you are, I don't know, in class or in a meeting or in a conversation with someone, watching a movie, whatever you're doing, you should be present, right? Of course, we're present physically, but for me, a lot of times, I'm mostly present mentally, but the experience that I had, was it yesterday? The experience I had yesterday. So you remember in the other video, I was talking about how your spiritual journey is not going to look how you expect it. This is a prime example of that, because I understand the concept of presence. And if you haven't, you should read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I really would love to start a book club on it, and I will when it's time. But anyways, this moment of presence really snuck up on me. And how it happened, I was in a conversation with someone, and somehow, some way, I recognized me. So no, let me say it like this, because this is how it happened. I was looking at the person talking, but then I started seeing how, you know how when you take a picture, like on a camera, or you're doing a video, and it's got the feature where the thing that's most up front, the thing that you're focused on, is clear, but the background is blurred. I was literally seeing the image, like everything in my sight, in my line of sight, in my vision. I was seeing the person as the focal point, and the background is blurred. But then I also recognized and witnessed my awareness of that. And so I had realized, oh, okay, I've become the observer. Like, I've stepped back and become my true self, my source self, my higher self, observing me having this experience in this reality. So it was literally like, you know, we talk about being the main character of your movie, but it was literally like I was watching a movie in my eyes. Like, I was seeing the composition of the frame and all of that. And then that, I was recognizing it, and then that kind of turned into like different levels. I was starting to hear different things going on, like music playing in the background, like air conditioning turning on, off, whatever. But I was starting to hear them all individually. Like, I was hearing them at the same time, like we naturally do. But then it was like each sound was taking turns presenting itself to the forefront of my awareness. And that was interesting. So then I'm like, okay, there's some things I need to put down. So as I'm putting this experience down in my notes, it just kept coming. Like, for me, usually I've got thoughts. Okay, I'm recording this in my downloads notes. So usually, I'll have a thought and I'll put it down. And if it's a lot, if I get distracted by another thought, I may forget what I was saying at first or anything like that. But the way that the thoughts kept flooding in, and the way that I would be able to be in the middle of writing one thought down, another one comes in, and then I'm like, okay, well, in the middle of that, I put that thought down, and another one might come in and I put that down, but then I'm able to go back and finish the thought before, and then finish the thought before, and then go and start a new thought. And this literally went on for like at least an hour. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I need to be at my laptop. I can type faster on a keyboard than I can on this phone. But I was like, no, I'm just going to sit tight so I can get these messages out. And what I realized was happening was, this was a different level of my open channel. I was using different brackets and punctuation to kind of delineate how the thoughts or the downloads, the channel was coming in. And at some point, like, I kept trying to use the right caret, or what would that be, the greater than sign, but it kept putting the left caret, and I was correcting it at first, and then I realized, oh, okay, because the way that I was doing it with the right caret, it's like I had this thought first, and then I had this thought next, and then I had this thought next. So it was like the order of how they came in. But I realized the reason it was switching to the left caret, the less than sign, we're not talking math here, but the left caret, is because the thoughts are coming from deeper within. It's a deeper internal voice getting closer to, the true source within. The messages are getting deeper within. So it would be like 3-4 different layers or more of these thoughts coming in. And I hope this is making sense. Also, what I was told to, like, either put this in a book or put it in like a poem or something like that. But basically, the way that I'm trying to explain it to you, and I don't know if I'm doing well or not, but to be able to put it down in a way that quote unquote makes sense, but keeps its formatting, keeps its original. You just gotta see what had happened, and I'm gonna show it at some point. But anyways, so that was a different experience, a different level of presence. And I think I've had moments of presence before, but like I said, this was a different level. And now that I'm able to, for one, I'm grateful to be conscious and aware enough to have recognized it. And I feel like now that I've experienced it and recognized it, I guess I'm not getting off here. Now that I've experienced it and I can recognize it, I will be able to recognize it more and practice it more intentionally, because I got kind of somewhat of a little process, like, okay, if anything, yes, mentally, and it always, normally I would be like, okay, in my mind, okay, be present, I'm present. So it's starting in the mind. But this time it literally started in my eyes. And so just even trying to kind of follow that process would be a good way for me to practice that. But like I said, that it literally snuck up on me, and there was nothing I could do but be present and experience it. And it was very profound. Now, the other thing that I'm here to talk about is, what did I say? Recognizing the support all around you. And that sounds like it makes sense, right? You may or may not have physical people around supporting you. You may even have the understanding like, okay, I have spirits around me supporting me. I understand both of those things. But in the last couple of weeks, and really specifically today with my guidance this morning, so let me say this. A lot of this stuff that we go through, a lot of the stuff that I'm learning spiritually, this is really, really simple stuff. Simple in the sense of, oh, well, duh, that makes sense. Like, that's, of course, sure. But these quote-unquote simple things are very deep and complex. They are layered. Or, like we talked about before, it takes some layers, some time to really be able to integrate that information. So when we say you've got support and spirits all around you supporting you, yes, I know this. Of course I do. I don't feel like I'm going to be able to convey this message the way that I feel it, but I'm doing my best. I guess what I'm really trying to say and get across is, and I'm speaking for myself, from my perspective, but I'm sure a lot of people have the same experience. We kind of go through life consciously and subconsciously. This street is crazy. We go through life consciously and subconsciously feeling like and acting like we are and have to do everything alone. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, I don't ask for help from nobody, even though a lot of us don't. I don't have help from nobody, even though a lot of us physically may not. But I guess I'm talking more about that subconscious programming and internal feeling within the nervous system that I have to figure this out. I have to do this. I have to. I have to. Right? But you know, when they say like, let go and let God, give it to source, let your spirits do the heavy lifting. It makes sense, right? When you say it, sure. But it's different to actually, I don't know, feel it. Like, I guess I'm talking about feeling it. So, and I feel like I'm kind of a person that I can feel things, I can feel my feelings, but I'm recognizing the different layers and depths to how I actually feel them. And so today I feel a different sense of, no, I'm not doing this alone. Yes, I do have spirits around me, supporting me, ready to lift the weight of the world off my shoulders, right? I'm the type of person that I'm going to figure things out. I'm going to get things done regardless of if I know how or not. I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to get it done. Regardless if I have help or not. If I'm tired or not, you know? And I'm sure a lot of us are like that. It's in my DNA. It's in my bloodline. Where generations for generations we've done this. But part of what my soul mission in this role, in this lifetime, is reprogramming this part of my bloodline's DNA. Breaking generational curses, as some folks say, like being able to rest, yes, and not feeling guilty about it, feeling safe to do so, yes, that's part of it for sure. But the other part is being able to give it to somebody else, being able to actually have help doing it, and feel in your body, in your spirit, in your cells, in your nervous system, that this weight is actually being lifted on me. I feel the strength and support, the genuine, let me ease your burden. I feel that around me. And not to say that it hasn't been there, because I'm sure it always has. I know it always has. But like I said, being able to feel it and know it and it just be is different. And I think that's what I am experiencing here today, this divine abundant rising. I still don't feel like the words can convey the feels that I feel, but I hope you get it. I hope you feel me. Is there a final message I need to sum this up with? I mean, I don't really have nothing practically, but you heard it. See what you can do to, one, maybe apply or practice some of the things that I said, or two, just even recognize where this is happening in your day or may have happened in your life. And if you can identify it, become aware of it, then I would say hone in on that and practice that and see what comes of it. Yeah, I think that's what I want to say. So have a divinely guided, protected, elevated day. And I'm sure we'll be talking more about this soon. I've got some activations happening, and I think once they've all integrated, I'll be able to really summarize everything that's happened, is happening, and give a little bit more context to it. Anyways, have a day filled with love and pleasure, ease and joy, peace, and we shall talk soon. Love you, bye.